Is that all we can have via that, or is that's all the US can export, isn't it? Yep. China. There. That's the most we can really do. We're producing at maximum capacity. Go. Push out more tanks. Push out more tanks. So how are you getting so much manpower? Is it a mod? Because Ethiopia, I figured to be burnt out. Kinda, yeah, it's part of the mod. First off, we're doing the modern day mod, if you couldn't guess, based on this. And the short answer is we have an insane birth rate for a monthly population of plus 125%. Plus, I've decided to open the country's borders for an extra 30%. Which sucks, kinda. We use a lot of extra consumer goods that way, but, I mean, look at my monthly recruitable growth, my monthly civilian growth, and all that other fun stuff. It's pretty good. About converting excess military factories to civilian. Probably could do that, yeah. We're only using 66% of our military capacity here due to resource issues. So, yeah. The United Nations of Europa have continued trying. France has called Russia in as our enemy. Very well. A monthly civilian growth of 1.4 million. What the actual fuck? Yep. Actually, it's 1.6 million, Cackletron. 1.63, to be even more precise. Yep. And this is why I have so many men. What the actual fuck? Dem immigrants, bro. Pretty much. You see, you know how some like evil regimes have like forced sterilization as punishment for criminals and shit? I like to think of this as the opposite kind of evil regime, where you'll be sentenced to have 4 children. Like, that's what I like to imagine here. That's the only way I see it working. It's like we're the evil regime that instead of punishes you by sterilizing you, we punish you by forcing you to have children. All right. Damn America, Russia joined, whatever. Russia's actually not that big a deal because there's a line here that's not part of NATO. For obvious reasons. So, these guys aren't part of NATO, so we aren't at war with them. So very handily, they can't go through it, so our front with Russia is this big. Which is pretty handleable, especially if we can get the second mech death down. It shouldn't take too long. Speaking of, it would appear that they managed to make a breakthrough. Well, luckily we have some mech death in reserve, for just such an occasion. Would you guys kindly remind them that they've lost. And they really should not be trying in Egypt again. It's a terrible idea. Sorry. You lose. Goodbye. And go, come again. They're trying pretty hard up here to take our shit. And it's just costing them more and more men. And once we open a proper land front, then, yeah, all their losses are going to come back to bite them. About Russia joining NATO, yeah. There was. Alright. So yeah. Our population growth is absolutely insane. And as long as we have that, we have manpower in reserve, thankfully, for that reason. So, we're okay. Resistance to occupation, I don't really care too much for. I mean, if I want to, I could institute the birth control program and actually try and reduce us to a dangerous birth rate, but I'm not going to. Because that would be silly. That's one of our huge advantages in these wars, is that we can't run out of manpower. Alright. Sorry we have to run over you again, Israel. I have nothing against you, it's just you kind of get in between me and my enemies a lot. What good is NATO if the enemy is in it? Yeah. It's true. What good is NATO if the enemy is in it? Alright. So, let's steamroll Europa. 48 divisions of mech death should be enough to steamroll Europa. Should be. Though I feel like I need to leave some in reserve back here. Just for cleanup purposes. There's a hole in this line that's not getting plugged. Somebody please plug it. Thank you. Anybody like plug this and just stay there, or... Okay, good. Thank you. Encircling China would be a pretty big deal. Well, China was once part of NATO too. Although they have since left NATO. Which isn't too surprising. There we are. There we are. There we are. Good. Alright. The breakthrough plan is simple. We go to war with, like, you know, 3 countries. All of whom have fuck shit nothing for military. At least by comparison to what I'm already fighting. And mech death. Establish an offensive line at the border of Turkey. Go. See you later. Yeah, IRL. Yeah. Well, Israel surrendered before they could even join NATO. So that's a plus. I don't know if they're actually going to end up joining NATO in the end or not, but whatever. Get to it, guys. Alright, yeah. Could you guys kindly remind them that we own this place, not them? Thank you. They're trying really hard to break through. And now we have a land front to fight them on. Like, I don't know if they know what they're doing. Alright. Pretty obvious. I'm gonna deploy this mech death early. It's green, it's mean, and I guess it's ready to go. We don't really have any options. So, you guys are gonna be joining in the holdout. Can we just delete this fallback line? Thanks. I fucked that up. Guess I'll have to zoom out a little. There we go. So we can see the whole thing. Alright. That should probably help him. Alright, regular mech death in the meantime should be able to push through. Lebanon should capitulate. Syria has lost Damascus, but it'll take a little more than that. Oh, good, another nuke reactor. Not bad. We take a month and a half or so to build a nuke. It's not too bad. The only problem with mech death is there's not enough mech death. Pretty much. Pretty much. Experience scout 750. We might manage to hit cap on XP. Okay, first off, no, we don't need another round of mech deaths. We don't even have enough tanks for the first round. So. Alright. How about the attack there, eh? Done. Alright, Beirut fell. So thus falls Lebanon. And now we just need to push north to Aleppo. Oh, hi, Turkey. By the way, we now border you down here, just so you know. Might be a disaster for you, not sure. Alright, that's Aleppo. That should be the end. There we are. Okay, you guys. Whoops. Frontline that. Offensive line here. Let's go, guys. Go. Whoops, is this the wrong mech death? It was. Totally the wrong mech death. Okay. Plan B. You guys are going to go back to the fallback line. Whoops. I'm used to just clicking the last army on my thing, which I cannot do for this, for obvious reasons. Let's try this again. Go. Execute the plan. Surprise, NATO! We're coming in from the bottom, by the way. We're not at war with Kurdistan either, or the US. So that's handy. Alright. Not another round of mech death last week. We need time to build more tanks. That's it. Like, we're short too many tanks. That's the problem. We just need to pump out more tanks for mech death. We're trying. Alright. 276 days until Gen 4 IFEs. Good. And Turkey is just absolutely collapsing before us. Very good. It's been pretty silent down here now. You notice that? Very little attack. Looks like the forces of the Great European Alliance have decided that they should just walk to Turkey instead to fight us. Which is reasonable. Alright. That means we can call the second mech death into service. Second mech death. Platoon. Move out. Overrun. Yeah, the casualties are mounting. Poland's actually contributed the most casualties at 176,000. Like, Poland's doing legwork. Gotta compliment them for that. The Gen 6 battle tank looks a bit silly. Oh well, I don't care. It's got great stats. You see, I don't judge people by their looks. I judge people by their stats. That's a pickup line you can use. Oh dear. Would you look at this? It would appear the enemy army is about to die here. Or what's left of it. And it also looks like they don't have much to go on here either. Done. Although, I guess, yeah, they can't die. For that, we'd have to cut them off. Alright. How long until Turkey capitulates, dare I ask? Because... Christ, finding people on this list is hard. Alright, 50% of the way. And Ankara has fallen. Good. Mm-hmm. I figured this would occasionally happen here and there, but... yeah. Okay. Push them back into Armenia. Nope. Sorry, you don't get to escape. You die.
An earnest disciple.
Alright. And thank you to Jason Z for following. Oof. Well, this is another gigantic encirclement, isn't it? We're a little slow on it. We will crack through them eventually. At least I hope we will. There we are. Just 2 provinces.
Our community grows.
Alright, and also thank you to Vondo339 for following. Helping the channel grow. Anyone else lose stream? I hope not. On my end, it is still broadcasting just okay. The Twitch server is having apparently some issues, I'll say, though. So it's highly possible that the Twitch server might be dropping a few people here and there. If that occurs to you, I apologize. Armenia has capitulated. You guys can't back up anywhere, can you? Oh dear. You guys have to fight to the... Oh man, yeah, you guys fought to the death. Correction. These guys too. Yeah, alright. Good shit. We're still getting a few, tries down here, but they haven't broken through in a long time. Though to be fair, the second mech death hasn't even come up here yet. Yeah, that's not exactly what I wanted to have happen. But, you know, sure. I wanted to attach them to the other front line that for the army they were already in, but alright. Shouldn't be too hard to recollect most of these, though. And separate them. So we're still looking for 8 mech deaths. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. 22. There we are. 24. Let's try that again. You. Front line here. Go. Go ahead. Minor nuisance, but okay. I can deal with I can send a single division to just deal with it.